Hey everybody, it's Gail, and this is Errata-Hate episode 31. Welcome to batch 4. As you can see, I'm a little taped up right now. Got my compression gloves on, which will be reviewed this batch. I overdid it, and I've been overdoing it for months, and there will be no how-tos in this batch because of various things. There are a few techniques, but I ask that you just kind of bear with me as I get through this injury recovery. I've got some massive tendonitis stuff coming on. It's my own fault. Yes, dear. It's my own fault. For the love of God, take breaks, stretch, take care of yourself. You don't want to end up like where I am right now. It's not fun. I'm on a lot of ibuprofen. But that being said, today I want to talk to you about a yarn swift and a yarn winder. Two great tools that go great together. So this whole setup cost about, I think it was between 100 and 120. And so it's an investment. It's kind of like the mannequin in episode 19. You know, you're going to really be putting a little bit of money towards it. But if you buy a lot of hanged yarn, and you either buy it online, so it doesn't get wound before it gets to you, or maybe you don't want to wait at your local yarn shop while they wind it. Having this set up at home can be a very useful thing. Also, if you buy a bunch of yarn that you're gonna use, but you're not ready to wind it, and so you just want to kind of keep it in its natural state. I have plans for this, which is why it's getting wound. So there's a lot of good reasons, I think, to have this set up. The big thing to think about is where are you going to put it? Clearly I've got mine set up in kind of a different way than I've usually seen them, because it just turned out that this was a great space for it. I've only got one friend tall enough to hit their head if they want to go on my balcony, so that's pretty good. So the way this works, you get your hanged yarn, and I'm going to unwind it. There we go. I'm going to pop that, and then you have the big loop. And so what we have to do is we have to stretch out the yarn swift. Oop, hit myself. So that it is large enough to get the open hank on. So let's see if I can do this. I might not be. Aha! Ha-ha!
Oh.
Ah, damn. Well, that's okay.
Do you want me to do it?
I got it.
Okay.
I've done this before. This is an especially large hank of yarn, by the way. I don't usually end up having to open the swift quite so far. Hilariously, it's a little too far open. So if you what you do is you unwind the base here, you push it down a little, and you shrink it down where you need it. And then when you wind it back, it holds it in place while you wind. So let's see how that looks. Okay, so now that I've got it over, we've got to push it out again. But it's a very simple procedure, it's on and off. And then what we have to do is track down the places where the yarn has been tied off so that it will hold them into place. And I just realized I don't have my scissors over here.
Here.
So, excellent. So this is one of the places. And what I'm going to do, because this is a knot that's holding a few different pieces together, is just cut above the knot. So that's going to free up part of this, but this is a particularly weird knot. So you know what? We're just going to cut straight across. So now we have, there it is. You're going to have these little scraps that come on the yarn, and it's not uncommon, there we go, to have 2 or 3 places where the hank has been tied, because it's tied as it's put together. Actually, a little concerned. I might have just opened up two spots here. So let's.
What a weird knot.
Yeah, this is very uncommon. And Sean can attest to this. Usually, the knots are a little cleaner than this, but I think this might have been a hand spun. It was a Craigslist find, so who knows? But if you have an end sticking out and you're not sure what to do with it, you can always sort of tuck it back. And okay, there we go.
I think you're good.
Yeah, I think I did accidentally cut 2 starts here, but no biggie. And so then what we've got to do is get it onto the yarn winder. And the way this works, and every yarn winder is going to come with an explanation of how to do this. There are better explanations on YouTube, but you bring it in, you wrap it through, and you want it so it's not falling back out. And then you're going to wrap it around, and right in the middle here is a little, there we go, is a space to just feed the top of the yarn into, well, the start of the yarn. And then you're just gonna, I probably should not wind with this arm, it's all taped up.
I can do it.
So we don't need to wind a whole lot.
Okay.
So, and you just wind, and as you see, yeah, I did cut this a little weird. So this one's on me, but like I said, this is a very distinct piece of yarn, so it's a little bit different. But so you wind, and then it finishes winding, and you have a good side, and then you have it as a center pole ball. And the thing is, maybe you don't ever buy hanged yarn, but you might just get a yarn winder because you have trouble with skeined yarn and getting that center pole to cooperate with you, which is something I've had a lot of trouble with. And so what you can do is you can attach it on and you can make the ball so that it ends up looking like one of the Karen cake skeins with a center pole that you have much more control over. So that's the basics of how to do this. I kind of wish I'd had it. Well, my phone crapped out again. It's been doing that lately. I don't know why. Anyway, I think it's a good tool. It's something to look into. As always, if you enjoy what I'm doing here on the channel, please like, subscribe, share, and consider giving $1 to my Patreon. $1 from everybody who watches per month could really go a long way in keeping me in yarn, allowing me to get more tools, and just letting me really branch out more on what I'm doing on the channel. So that is my Patreon pitch for the start of this batch of episodes. We'll see you guys for 32.